Hello everybody, and welcome to our live feed update show on today, the 20th of July, in the middle of a heat wave. Hopefully you guys are all staying cool wherever you are. You know what else is cool, speaking of cool? Watching intros. And let me just tell you all this right now. I'm going to tell you all something right now. I don't really watch anybody else's shows just because, for the main reason of I don't have any time, number one. I don't have time to watch my own shows back. But number two, because I never wanted to, you know me, I'm very forgetful and things get stuck in my brain. I don't want anyone to ever say, I'm copying things from other shows. So anyway, my point is, I don't really listen to other shows. Except that I saw that Taryn talked to Brittany. Now, I'm so annoyed that I didn't have her on Friday. Is my fault for not having her on Friday. Just because sometimes I like to have the people on first. And not I'm trying to get the people on first. Just because I feel like when they do a show somewhere else and then they come to you, then they kind of just feel like, we talked about that already, or it's not as exciting, or whatever. Anyway, my point is, of course I had to listen to my queen, Brittany. But what I did not realize was at the start of that show, there's 3 minutes of commercials. By the way, that you can't skip past. It must be nice to have sponsors. Look, I'm not slamming it. It must be lovely to have sponsors. So I was like, oh my God, I am going to yell at everybody when I do my intro now and be like, you are not all out to complain. I have the same intro-y intros of things as all the other shows have. So now that I'm aware and I've listened to another show and I've heard that they have intros, you all have to suck it up and listen to my intro too. And then, of course, if you want to check that out, I think Taryn retweeted on Twitter. He talks to Brittany. I only listened to the first 30 minutes of it so far or so, but it's good. He got good stuff out of Brittany. That being said, you can check out all of our content at yourrealityrecaps.com/BB21. You can see where you're placing in the trash draft. You can get flashback times. You can watch all of our past shows, like the one we just did yesterday with Ica. You can watch these daily live feed shows. All of our content about Big Brother 21 is over on our website, which is the best place for you guys to watch it. If, for whatever reason you have to watch it on YouTube, do me a favor, make sure you thumbs up and subscribe, hit the bell, so that you're notified when a new show comes out, and comment below the likes, the comments, the bell on YouTube. Very helpful. Or if you're listening in iTunes, a 5-star rating and a nice review is always appreciated. Of course, if you guys don't have the feeds, you can get them from us, yourrealityrecaps.com/feeds, or if you want to watch for free, yourrealityrecaps.com/updaters. Become an updater, join the YRR team, win prizes during the month, get to promote your social medias, and just help us out and become part of the fun family. Now, you are clearly watching this in the future if you're watching it back, but you could have watched us doing it live over on TV Co. Just head over to yourrealityrecaps.com/TV Co. To hang out in the chat room and watch us do these shows live. And of course, I'm still live every day on You Now. But the official Big Brother shows, the official ones, are live on TV Co. And then we kind of have unofficial ones on You Now. So those are the only two places we are live talking all things Big Brother. And if you want to help financially support the show, yourrealityrecaps.com/patron. You get access to the patron-only Facebook group, prize giveaways, weekly shows, John's cooking show now. He's giving away a week's worth of free meals every week in the patron group, on top of the other stuff that we give away. And the interviews, the after shows with the house guests at the end of this season, which is rapidly I almost broke my chair. Did you see me? My chair just broke again, because not losing weight for the summer. So you get all that extra content by becoming a patron, and it's a real great way to help support our shows, as is, and then such as yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal for a one-time donation, or starting all your Amazon shopping at yourrealityrecaps.com/Amazon. You don't pay any more, and it really helps us out. Just share the stuff. Just share it. You can also just share it. Just share on social media. The Ica Show just posted. Favorite it, retweet it, tell a friend about it. Post it on a social network that young kids are into that we don't know. The Snapchats. I was going to say Tinder. Put it on Tinder. Put me on Tinder. Use me as your profile on Tinder. I don't care. Here. Be like, watch this idiot show. Maybe I should make a Tinder profile to promote reality recaps. We'll be like, we'll love you better than anybody else can in that Big Brother house, and we won't give you crabs. The only crabs you're gonna get from us are a delicious summer treat. Well, then I'm sure there are people probably with sick fetishes and probably think crabs would be a fun summer treat. So, I'm just saying. Thanks for the animation, Tony. So, when we all last left off, we didn't know who had won HOH yet. We had no clue. I see Courtney says, did Jack shaving his face have to do with the crabs? Sure, why not? Let's start that rumor. Let's all start the rumor now. Jack had to shave his face because he had face crabs. I'm for it. We can spread that rumor. I'm good with that. Let's try not to just, trace it right back to us. You can just be like, oh, I heard from somewhere that somebody said Jack got face herpes. I mean, like I should talk. You all, longtime fans of this show, know that I have face herpes and that earwax cured them. Fun facts. You should come to the You Now Hangout shows if you want to learn more fun facts like that. Panty crickets on a deface. I agree, Duchess. I agree. So when we last left off, we had no idea who was HOH. We came out reeling from my enraged show. So if you missed, I don't know, what day was that? The 18th? 1920? Yeah, if you missed the 18th, July 18th live feed update show, you should go watch that one back. That is right after eviction, and I was in a mood. I do not want Cliff back in this game. I was pissed that Cliff was back. What does Cliff have to offer any of us? Turns out he has HOH to offer us. Cliff won HOH. Miss Jenny Talley wants to know, have I calmed down? A touch. A touch. I am coming around a little bit more on our Cliff. I still don't get over his half, Dollywood-inspired number when he won. You just know, Cliff is at home watching So You Think You Can Dance. He's, trying to learn the Bollywood numbers. He's like, turn and fingers out. You gotta get it right or you'll mess it up. It's turn. Because, he was so happy to do the Bollywood, numbers when he won. Cliff is a beast all of a sudden. I know. Where was this Cliff? Where's this Cliff? Do you think he practiced that comeback comp at home? No. If you're unaware, Cliff, when home, likes to do things like spend time with his wife, take long walks on the beach, and turn gourds into loofahs. I don't think there's a lot of time for practicing BB comps. He spends all of his times turning a zucchini into a loofah. If there was a loofah zucchini comp, then sure. But I don't know who has time. Well, unless you just want to call it straight out playing with your balls. He's the oldest person there. So sure, out of all the people there, I would say he has the most experience playing with balls. He's probably been playing with balls twice as long as everyone else there has been playing with balls. So in that sense, sure. But I don't really know. His wife said he's great at carnival games. Where is his wife? Let's get her on this show. Somebody tweet Cliff's wife and tell her, hey, you should do a reality recap show. Let's find out what Cliff's wife thinks that makes Cliff tick. It'd be a good week to have Cliff's wife around here. I thought David would be good at the comp too. Yeah, I thought everyone was going to be better at that comp than Cliff. I mean, old people are supposed to be shaky. Isn't that the whole thing about old people? Like, you're shaky? How is he so steady? I don't get it. I get what's wrong with Cliff. Hi, Ashley. Cliff's wife's notes. Yes, Cliff's wife's notes. We'll call it Cliff's wife's notes. Lori keeps saying he's not old. Can I have something, Lori? Can I just have one thing? I just need one thing. Just one. It's not my fault he looks 80. I questions Cliff's devotion to the updaters. He gives shout-outs to everyone but you. Yeah, well, that really, hurts my heart in a way that I, have trouble expressing. Look, I don't know if you're aware of this, Miss Giantelli. We're the bastard stepchild of the Big Brother community. People don't take us seriously. People don't take us seriously for one main reason. And it's this. And I'm going to let you all in a little secret. I don't take us that seriously. You guys know the deal. I'm here to have fun, and I'm doing these shows for all of you. I'm not like doing these shows. Yes, we're getting into the game. But I think the way that house guests find these people's shows pre-season is they're looking for the shows where the house guests are like going so deep into their strategy, like things that Rob does amazing and Taryn does amazing. Whereas our shows are all about you guys asking your questions when we have them on at the end of the season. So, like, I just think people that want to be on the show, when they go to watch shows back, they don't necessarily so much care about a bunch of fans talking to a house guest. So they don't really, I guess they don't really care that much, if that makes sense. Plus, you also have to remember, I was down for a year and a half. I was down for a year and a half with, breaking my leg and my ankle and my foot and all of that. Last year's coverage of Big Brother was very minimal compared to this year. So if you're kind of like 1 year a little bit out of the game, people also forget you. It's entertainment biz. It's entertainment biz. Here's all I care about. That I'm having a good time and you guys are having a good time. If we're having a good time, I don't care if we get a shout out or not. Sure, it's nice, but, I'm good. It's important to stay in your lane. It is important to stay in your lane. So, I think that, Cliff winning was, like, very exciting for a lot of people, because we weren't really sure what Cliff was going to do. And Cliff is very much, like he was bringing the people in. He's kind of like interrogating everybody. And he told a lot of different people different things. Like first he told Tommy that I'm going to go after couples. But I also don't want to go after the big group because I kind of want to let the big group go after each other. And then I kind of want to slide through the cracks of that. So I'm not sure if I want to go after the big group. He told other people that he just wants to lay low. Does not want to make a big move. Does not want to cause any drama in the house. And that was like originally. So nobody really knew where he kind of stood or where he was going to go on that first night. Now, Jackson has a plan. Jackson was like, hey, I have a plan. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to save us all. One Jackson to save us all. Because Jack is pissed, by the way. Apparently, Jack, I just missed winning. I just missed winning by 1 minute. If I would have just not shaved my beard and I would have had those extra crabs to help me in the competition, I could have won it, but I just missed it. Now, Jack is like having a temper tantrum. Okay? Jack is having a temper tantrum. And Jackson is like, you need to grow a pair because I have a plan. Apparently, during the HOH competition, Cliff and Jackson promised to keep each other safe. So now, Jackson thinks that him and Cliff are best friends and are working together in this game, and Jackson is going to be able to manipulate Cliff now. And I just want to let you all know something. I had to listen to this plan through him eating fucking Chip Crunch Chex Mix peanut butter. There was like crunching happening with like saliva noises and oh my god. So do you understand how dedicated I was to get to the bottom of this for you? So, here is what Jackson basically was offering up to Cliff. Because he was telling people, I'm going to offer it up to him in a silver platter. Gonna make him an offer he can't refuse. There's no way he's turned down this one. So what he proposed to Cliff was, use me as a pawn so that I can, help you achieve what you want to achieve this week. But his goal was, he was trying to ensure that he would be on the block so that he could play in the POV so that Christy could then use her power on him when he won the POV. Then he would get to choose the replacement, screw over Cliff, put Nick or Bella on the block. Now I want you to realize all of the scenarios that need to fall into place correctly for Jackson's plan to unfold correctly. Number one, he's on the block, so he's vulnerable of going home. But then he has to win the POV. So now you only have a 1 in 6 chance. So already you have a 1 in 6 chance of winning that POV. Then, once you've won that POV, you now need to convince Christy not to save the power for when it would actually benefit her game, but to then use that power to save you and your game. I mean, technically, if he won the veto, he is saving his own game, but he's hoping that she's going to use her power to let him be the one to make the move so that their group doesn't lose a number if Cliff were to put another one of them up. Less than 1 in 6. He hasn't won anything yet. Good point, Rudy. Oh, right. Well, slop hasn't happened yet. So Cliff makes him this deal, and, Jackson makes Cliff this deal, and Cliff seems like he's going for it. Cliff kind of likes Jackson. In all of the conversations that Cliff was having, I did appreciate that most of the people went upstairs and talked to him one-on-one. I miss that aspect of the live feeds of old Big Brother. I miss the HOH room being the revolving door where everybody gets to make their case one at a time. So I like when stuff like that happens. Cliff really tried to convince people everything's water under the bridge. If you voted me out, I haven't forgot about it, but I understand it's a game move. I want to move on. I want to use this HOH as a way to set me up for success in the future going forward. But he also did kind of tell people he didn't trust Nicole, which I thought was interesting. And I was trying to figure out, does he really trust Nicole? Is he just doing that for strategy? It's very hard to know what Cliff actually means unless he's doing Cliff Notes to fill us in on where his head actually is at. Lala Mug says the revolving door is much more fun than group talks. I agree. I love a revolving door. I also love a revolving door because it also lets production decide when to start the meeting. So, like, you know, if Cliff is not leaning in a great way, production can, you know, wait until a few people get Cliff's brain on the right track. And then as soon as Cliff is, like, going along, Big Brother can be like, okay, time for the nomination ceremony. No more talks. No more talks. Gotta come in now. We like where your brain's at right now. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Neither side is including Nicole. I don't know if that's good or bad. I wouldn't say neither side is including Nicole. I wouldn't necessarily say that. Cliff has realized he needs Jessica, he needs Sam, he needs Nicole, and the hardest thing for Cliff to realize was, this week, I need Nick and Bella. Because Cliff realizes, bottom line, you know, the six shooters, that side of the house, were really trying to convince him to go for Nick and Bella, to make the noms Nick and Bella. But Cliff was actually smart enough to realize, why would I take out the people that you guys want out? I will let you guys take them out. Because right now, Nick and Bella are at least a number for what I'm considering to be my side of the house. If I take one of them out, we really have no chance. So Cliff is smart enough to realize, I need to take somebody out of that big alliance in order to just chip away a little bit at it to give us some sort of a chance. So I thought that was very smart on Cliff's part, but I have to say, I did not think he was going to do it. I did not think Cliff was going to make a big of a move as he made. Oh, we're going to get there, Ice Kitten. We're going to get to the whole slop thing. That was the best. So I just want to kind of finish going through the noms part of it. So, you know, he talks to Christy. Jackson brings Christy up. Christy tells Cliff about the power. She was a little mad that Jackson kind of went up there and made his case. And obviously, since Christy is an important part of his case, Jackson brought Christy up. Christy was very much like, I kind of wanted to do it in the morning. Now you're forcing me to tell him now. I don't really love this. Yada, yada, yada. Christy also thought she was going to be one of the people to go up. I honestly thought it was going to be Jack and Annalise. That's who I thought was going to be the ones that ended up being on the block. So, you know, last night, right as we went live with Ica, the feeds came back. And when I heard that our little Cliff put up Jack and Jackson, I was thrilled. Now, granted, Jackson offered himself up 100%. This was, you know, what Jackson wanted to happen. So it's not that big of a shock to Jackson. But I was like, yes, as long as everything goes according to plan, there is a real good chance Jack or Jackson are going home. And not just home pre-jury. How amazing is home pre-jury? That's what I want. I want their asses at home to have all season to see how unhappy everyone was. Not just stick them in jury and let them hang out for the rest of the summer and then get out and do the finale party, and there's going to be all the fans that love them and they're not going to have any clue. Because look, Ovi, Kemi, David explaining to them, hey, we're not really, you know, you guys aren't really that, they're not going to listen. They're not going to listen to them telling them, oh, we weren't really liked and the racism in the house and the blah, 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 blah. But if a Jack or a Jackson tells them that at the end of the season, they're going to listen. They have all season to be dealing with the hate messages. Yeah. So, okay. So now, on the block is Jack and Jackson. Now, what I should have told you, what Ice Kiss Kitten in chat was referencing, was that earlier, before the nominations, the feeds went down, they came back, and we now have-nots. And the have-nots were Tommy, Jackson, Kat, and Christy. Now, apparently they volunteered for it a while ago. I don't really understand why Jackson would volunteer for this, but apparently these 4 volunteered for it. Now, I bet that you are all excited to finally get to see the reveal of the have-not room for the season. It's the camp comeback room. They did nothing. They didn't change it at all. It's literally the camp comeback room. So I kind of find it interesting that we made the camp comeback people live as have-nots. I mean, we all kind of knew that. We all kind of knew that, like, unofficially knew that. But I was just like, really? You couldn't have done anything different? You couldn't have, like, put some of that coyote urine on the floor? I mean, something... They have mattresses. Ooh, they have a slanted mattress. Ooh, so uncomfortable. That is a real nice have-not room. I am sure from people that have slept in bumper cars that they couldn't fit in. Oh my God, there have been so many nightmare have-not rooms. For that to be the have-not room this season, they got off so lucky. Dentist chairs, they have beds. They have beds this season. I don't even want to hear it. They have a bed. And they can put a comforter on it and a sheet and everything else. They have beds. They're not cramped. Whatever. Yeah, bed of nails. Good point. Christy said the bed was more comfortable than the regular ones. I know. Than the regular beds. I know. Absolutely no problem. They really cut corners with this have-not room. Really cut corners. BB Hyde says it's very private too. It's private, but it's still kind of, I believe it's connected to the HOH room, right? So they can't talk that loudly. Or is there the hall there? Is it HOH room hall have-not room? Or is it HOH room have-not room hall diary room? I forget if the walls are connected. And I feel like the walls are connected. So they need to keep it down if they don't want Cliff hearing. I mean, it's private in the sense that it's out of the way from the main house, but the HOH could technically still be listening. What's your guess on what the veto comp is? I think it could be like hide and go veto. I feel like it's too early in the season for hide and go veto. I feel like it's too early in the season for hide and go veto, but I could be wrong. Okay, so, but wait, this isn't the best part. This is the part that everybody loves about the slop. Aside from the fact that it is glorious. It is glorious that I do not have to listen to Jackson, like, oh my God. I'm not fat shaming him. I don't care that he eats all day. He can do whatever he wants. The fact that he eats through every conversation, he needs to go this week. I don't care what happens. I want Jackson out of this house because he will not have a game conversation without fisting food in his face, and I can't take it because then I can't listen to the conversation. I can't listen to it. So Jackson needs to go for that fucking reason alone. I'm going to lose my mind if I have to hear him eating through another game conversation. I would take whispering all day over having to listen to him eat through game conversations. It is horrific. And he hides the food right. Anyway, so what people are loving, for what the anti-Jackson people are loving right now, is they gave them more food in the pantry this week, now that there's have-nots, than they've given them on all the other weeks. And not just that, they're giving them, like, the really good stuff that people like Jackson has been requesting. So Jackson is pissed. And Jackson keeps saying to Jax, like, you didn't hide it. Dude, I hid food for you, dude. Dude, I hid food for you. Gotta hide it for me. You want weak old grapes? He literally told Jackson to hide grapes. How long does he think HOH lasts? You know what I'm sure is real great? Take a hot storage room, take a thing of grapes, and put them in a cabinet on the floor in the back. I'm so sure in a week from now, those grapes are going to be great. Well, they're going to be gone because the ants are going to eat them, and then you're going to have ants. I'm at church. Great time to take a break and watch. Oh, our town. This is what I'm talking about. I feel like you don't get the point of church. But I guess we're better than Tinder, so good job, our town. Ants and crabs. Grapes don't even last 2 days for me. I know. Oh, Golden Hermit says he wanted watermelon and, what was it? Watermelon and pineapple. Yeah, he's asking Jack to hide everything. He's literally asking Jack to hide every damn thing in the house. I don't get it. Oh, and speaking of Jack, when Jack was nominated, he stomped around the kitchen and he threw away Cliff's cereals. Aw, he really showed Cliff. He threw away Cliff's cereal. Because nothing says I'm an adult like throwing a temper tantrum and wasting food. He's the worst. And you know what I would have done? And you know what I would have done to fuck with Jack, right? You know what I would have done? I would have woken up in the middle of the night. I would have taken all the cereal in the house and I would have dumped it out all in the fridge. I would have taken all cereals, dumped them all out in the fridge, then shoved all the boxes into the fridge, and I would have filled the fridge with dumped out cereal and empty cereal boxes. That's how I would have gotten Jack back for dumping out my cereal. Now nobody gets cereal, and clean your precious little fridge, a-hole. Jack just needs a spiteful gang in that house. The problem is we have Tommy in that house. We have like, hey, I'm on Broadway. Welcome to the house. Welcome everyone. Let's do a dance. No, they need me in that house. They need spiteful gay that will split your throat from behind. You won't see it coming. I don't know who put the cereal in the fridge. Jack? Who could have put the cereal in the fridge? Couldn't have been me. I'm sorry, I don't know. That's what they need. They need evil little me in that house. I would not play Big Brother ever because I actually like my friends and my family. I'm not subjecting them to you people. Oh, how many of you would turn on me so quickly? But I wouldn't have to worry because I have our town and church praying for me, so I'm fine. Okay, so that's what's happening with the have-nots. Then cut to the people in the have-not room last night. So Kat and Christy and Tommy and Jackson. Christy now is more convinced than ever that as long as someone from her side wins the POV, she is going to use her power to get Bella out of this game. So what she wants to do is she wants to convince Cliff today that I want to use my power this week. I want to use my power to get to get Bella out of the game. It's Christy's way of trying to save the numbers in her alliance. She realizes that if Jack or Jackson goes, it is taking a number away from her right now. But as of last night, she was swearing she was going to use that power if anybody from her side gets it. I can't wait for Christy to be a paranoid mess on the block. I would love, and I know the chance of this happening is, literally 0.0001%. But could you imagine could you imagine if, and I know this is not the case because, I have it here, right, because Nick is not playing, right? And we'll get to the picks in a minute and what happened with that. But imagine, like, Nick won POV, right? Convinces Christy that he will nominate Bella. So Christy uses it to make it the Diamond Power of Veto on Nick, and then Nick nominates Christy. Oh God, that would have been like a dream. And look, there obviously we know there's no way it can happen, but I would absolutely loved it if something like that would have happened. So, basically, what we know happened was during the veto picks, Jack used his power. Because Jack is trying to help along this plan. Oh, wait. And what I should have said was the reason that Christy thinks this plan is going to work is because Cliff was very vocal. Like, I don't want to make the move against Bella and Nick. Do I like how they treated Nicole? No. I felt they were bullies. I felt it was horrible. However, I can't go against them. I need them. I can't take a shot against them. I need the numbers on my side of the house. So Christy is convinced that Cliff is going to go along with her plan because then it's not him making the move. It would be Christy making the move, putting Bella on the block, not Cliff. Cliff would still get to remain good with them, and Christy would get the blood on her hands. You're missing the point that Cliff wants them as a number. And B, I'm still not sure that Christy is going to do it. I don't trust her. Anyway, so the first picks, the first people that were picked on the first draw for POV was Annalise, Kat, and Sam. Now here's the thing. Annalise, 100% on Jack and Jackson's side. Kat, kind of independent. Sam, they're not really sure. Sam could kind of go either way. So, I kind of feel like, whatever. So, Jackson does the redraw. I'm sorry. That was the redraw. The redraw was Annalise, Kat, and Sam. I'm sorry. The original was Holly, Jessica, Sam. I'm sorry. Holly, Jessica, Sam was the original. Obviously, Holly, I feel like, would have saved Jack or Jackson. Sam, kind of in the middle. Jessica wouldn't have used it. I don't know that I would have used the redraw in that moment if I was Jack. Because at least you had Holly that you knew was 100% on your side, and Sam could probably be swayed. The only one you knew wasn't going to be on your side was Jessica, but you probably could have beat Jessica if you're Jack. That's probably what you're thinking. So to have the redraw come out, Annalise, Kat, Sam, yeah, it's kind of like the same. But yeah, Sam was picked both times for both. So again, I'm sorry I switched it. The first pick was Holly, Jessica, Sam. Then Jack invoked his power. The redraw is Annalise, Kat, Sam. So now Kat's kind of the wild card. I don't know. I feel like Sam is a little bit of a wild card too. There are times where I'm not really sure where Sam's going to go. Unfortunately, Sam does not talk to the cameras that much. He doesn't ever talk game out loud alone. And he doesn't get that much DR time. I really don't know where Sam's ultimate loyalty lies because based on who he's talking to, he tells them what they want to hear. So I'm not real. I don't know. I don't think Sam knows what he's doing a lot of the time. I don't either. Sam's with Nick and Bella, says our... Yeah, when Sam's talking to Nick and Bella, he's with Nick and Bella. When Sam's talking to the 6-shooters, he's with the 6-shooters. When Sam's talking to Grateful Undeniable, he's with Grateful Undeniable. And, like, whoever he's talking to, his story changes, and without him filling us in by talking to the camera, I'm not that sure I know where he stands. And I'm not even sure I know where he stands that much if it's a DR, because then they're kind of manipulating that too. Drop. I can't with him. I cannot with him. I'm ready for him to go next. After my annoyance level of Jackson, I need Sam gone. The only reason I don't want Sam gone is because I kind of don't want to take a number away from that. So that's the only, like, little pause of hesitation that I have, is that I don't want to take the number away from them. Sam also wants to have an alliance with Tommy and Christy. Correct. He says he wants to have an alliance with Sam and Christy. Nick said last night that Grateful is dead, but Tommy is trying to resurrect it. Tommy has said so much yesterday. My favorite Tommy moment from yesterday was this. Why? Why did Cliff have to do this? Jack and Jackson. You're fucking crying over Jack and Jackson? What am I... In what world do you think Jack and Jackson are taking your ass anywhere? You only have one thing over. Well, you have two things. You only have two things over the other minorities in the house that they don't like. And that's your white skin and your penis. Rest assured, that's the only reason they're playing nice with you. But now that all the color's gone from the house, I have a feeling they're going to start liking you a little bit less, Tommy, and you're going to probably want to get him out. I thought he was faking, but he was for real. I don't know if he was faking, and I don't know if he was real, and either way, I don't care. If you're telling the truth, like if those tears were for real, like if you were straight up mourning Jack and Jackson being on the block, girl, then I don't know. I kind of like that he's, you know, a rat floater. I kind of like the Tommy rat floater game. It makes the feeds interesting, how he can scurry all around and spread the little bit of the informations, and nobody really seems to be, you know, mad at him when things blow up or happen. So I love that about Tommy. But you've got to be kidding now, right? Like, you can't be serious. You have to realize how this is good for your game. Because the other side likes you. Well, not necessarily Cliff. Cliff was considering doing Tommy Christie noms. He was considering doing Tommy Christie noms. Cliff does see Tommy as a threat in the game. But he still sees Jack and Jackson as bigger threats because he realizes that they're controlling that side of the house. My also other favorite part was when Tommy was like, why? Why? And Christy was like, honestly, Tommy, he's playing the game smarter than all of us. Honestly, he's smart enough to go after our numbers, and after the strongest two people on our side, none of us were willing to make that move. Way to go, Cliff. You're smarter than all of us. And I was like, oh, we have some moments of clarity from Christy. Sometimes Christy can fill us in on things that make sense. When not busy manifesting, whatever into whatever, she's actually able to sometimes help us out. Although the other thing that Christy said that I did kind of laugh at, she said during the HOH competition, she was manifesting mistakes onto the other people. She said, because I think it's, they're in the stalls. I think it's like a question and answer, the one when they're in the stalls. She made it seem like she had her hands on the wall. Like, instead of manifesting good things for herself, she said she had her hands on the walls and was manifesting mistakes towards the rest of the people. Pretty sure that's not the way it works, Christy. Pretty sure that's not the way it works. Pretty sure. It all depends on the Adderall supply that day. Yeah, probably, definitely, all depends on the Adderall supply that day. Oh, that's pretty funny. I was like, whoa, why is Jason Roy on my feeds, on my timeline right now? It was actually, oops, I just realized I did not have the correct overlay on this show for us, whoopsie doopsie. But it turns out it was Earth Dog who tweeted out, "Hey, BB21, you left something in the bathroom." It was actually Earth Dog letting BB21 know they left something in the bathroom. Funny how none of her manifesting is not working. Well, I'm sure that she would say her manifesting is working, and that's how she won the power. Jason, I know. I tried so hard for you guys. I talked to Jason the other day, and he's just not watching the season. He said he would totally come on and say hi to everybody, but then he said he feels bad because he's not watching and he doesn't really have anything to offer as far as, opinions on the season. So he feels like it would be not a great show. Also, for those of you that missed it, over in the Twitter world, we saw earlier this morning, Kemi's home. Kemi's home. Sorry, that was really loud. Kemi's home. So that will be fun to have Kemi back over. Kemi back on Twitter. What is Kemi's Twitter? It's Kisses Kemi. Kisses. Oh wait, that's her Instagram. I think it's her Twitter too. Her Instagram is KISSES, Kisses Kemi, KEMI, all one word. Okay, and it is her Twitter as well. Okay, yep. It is both. I fell in love with that girl. I know you did, R-Town. I know you did. I'm just trying to see if there's any other... I'm going to go over to Power of Cheeto, our good buddy, and see if he has any good clips for us to pull up. Yes, she posted a letter. That's actually a good point. Maybe I should do that. Why don't I read her letter really quickly? Because that actually was pretty good. It was very classy. It's not like a long letter. Here is what Kemi, let me pull it up. Here is what Kemi is saying over on Twitter. And on Twitter, here's Kemi's message. She says, "Thank you everyone for all of the love and support this season. It's truly been a one-of-a-kind experience. I'm extremely disappointed and disgusted by the behavior I'm being made aware of that occurred thus far in the Big Brother house. The degrading and threatening comments made by some house guests and laughed at by others are outrageous and hard to see. I'm saddened to be associated with such a negative display of human character, and I'm horrified that this is now a part of my life story. It's unfortunate how the season has transpired thus far, and while I appreciate the support, I do ask that the negative comments that have been made in my defense please stop. I don't want to perpetrate the same negativity I received in the house. So I thought that that was a very, she's not like letting anybody off the hook by saying, it's okay what happened to me. She's saying, no, it was not good what happened to me, but we also don't need, you guys don't need to defend me in this manner either. You don't need to defend me in this manner either. So I very much like the high road that Kemi has taken in regards to the entire situation. I thought think she handled it a lot better than, let's say, some of us would have. More negativity is never good. I agree. She's not a victim. I agree. Okay, so I don't know what this clip is. Power of Cheeto just commented it. No, fuck you. So, let's see what's going on here.
Yeah, we were just, yeah.
The celly I'm gonna have when I win this thing is gonna be insane.
Yeah, no, I can't wait.
Celly?
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, you're cool, fuck you, I'm fucking done.
Wait, what is that? That's from something.
Half-baked.
Oh, no.
Guy quits his job and he literally comes on the mic and he pulls up the mic and he's like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, you're cool, fuck you. And then he just takes it.
All right, he's going to be able to explain that away by saying he was quoting a movie. He's just going to be like, ooh, I was quoting a movie. I don't care. Okay, let's see what this one is quickly. This is Cliff and Christy.
Wait, Bella told
Jess that I had the nightmare power.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
I don't.
Oh, no,
So I
it's
was
Kat.
just like,
Sorry.
Hey, so I went up to Bill and was like, hey, just so you know, like, I don't have the nightmare power.
Yeah.
Because I just don't want her thinking that I did.
Yeah.
Okay, we know you
Because
don't.
there's, like, I don't know, like, because I don't. so
We know.
it was just kind of like matter of fact, like, hey, no, I don't have it, right?
Obviously.
And then she was like,
Right.
so I guess, so then she went up to Jess just now and said, oh, yeah, Catherine told me that you told her things that I'm telling you. And
Catherine
so Jess got all mad at me. But I wasn't making things up. I was literally just saying, like, hey, like, I don't have it, right? So now I don't really, so I took it as she's trying to drive a wedge between me and Jess. Because at the same time, this morning, Bella came up to me and was saying how she's like, hey, you need to remind Jess that you use the veto on her. So, so she knows that she can trust you, or just like some really strange gameplay.
Well,
What is the point of this manipulation? Because Kat knows that Christy has the power. Right? Kat knows Christy has the power, so why is she acting like she doesn't know who has the power? Oh, the nightmare power. Duh. Okay, she's talking about Ovi's power. Got it. Okay, I'm an idiot.
we don't need that. We've got to all be together. And
Yeah, I gotta go to bed.
I get her saying remind Jess, because I'm sure she's panicking. That
I have a real more important question, Kat. I want to know if you like this shirt. See, I don't like this shirt because I think it's pink and it makes me look a little homo. But my wife told me that this is called salmon and that people love a salmon color. So, Kat, you have nice tits. I mean, you look nice and you are wearing red. So I would like you to tell me, is this pink or salmon, and what do you think of it?
Yeah, but I don't know why.
Oh. Hello?
and tell me that again. What she said.
So she told Jess a couple days ago that I had the power, which
Yeah,
for me is not that big of news. Like, that's
Sure.
like I don't have the power, so
we
it's
hear
not
you.
like a secret
But
that I'm
you
trying
may
to
have
keep.
thought you had it or something, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I've told her before that I don't,
Yeah.
and I think it's common knowledge that I don't.
Sure.
So, but that's not really the point. The point is that like I didn't think it was a big deal.
Yeah.
So I just told her, hey, like by the way, like I don't have the power, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't want her to ever like have to get rid of me because I think I have a power,
Yeah.
or rely on me because I think I have some sort of
fair
power.
enough.
Like I just power. Like it is what it is.
Yeah.
So
Kat, I'm just gonna stop you here. Precious, you're not on the block. You're not on Cliff's radar. Cliff thinks he's working with you. What are you doing right now? I mean, besides too much. What are you doing? Here's all you need to do, Kat. Sit back, do nothing, wait for Cliff to tell you what he wants you to do. If you want to do something, you go tell Cliff, is there anything you need? How can I support you today? Cliff. Sergeant Hogg. What was the guy from Dukes of Hazzard called again? I forget what his name is. What are you doing? What are you doing? Just sit back and shut it. I agree. A boss hog. Thank you. I just do that now around my house. I just do the Cliffs. It's my new favorite thing. I think when I'm old, that's how I'll dance. And then he was like in the storage room and he was doing this one. Like he couldn't like he knew that he was supposed to like cross his hands and go like this, but he was like doing this part too quick. And then his like hips were kind of spastic. So he's just like all around the room. And I'm like, Cliff, stop celebrating, Cliff. It's okay. We don't want you to break a hip. We don't need like a Cliff hip break. We don't need it, Cliff. You gotta need to calm down, as Taylor Swift would say. Need to calm down. Okay, and then I guess lastly, before the feeds went down, we had a Nick and Tommy conversation in the boat room. Okay, let's see what they're talking about.
Anything.
Nick, I mean, I remember a conversation that leads me to believe different.
What?
With you and I.
About Jack?
No, about Holly.
What about
I'm gonna be upfront with you, okay?
Oh, when I was putting a feeler out?
I walked into the boat room that night, and this is not me, like, this is between us.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I didn't say anything because, again, I'm protecting you.
Yeah.
I hope you see it that way. I walk into the boat room, I see you and Sam sitting with Nicole. She looks white as a ghost. She's sitting like this.
She is a ghost.
And I said twice, what's going on in here?
What's going on here?
You guys didn't want to answer. Then Nicole goes to Holly and she says, I just want to let you know I was pressured into saying your name that I would put you up, and that's not the case. So if it gets back to you, that's not the case. The next day, me and you...
I just came in here and I was like, what's going on here? Like, what's going on here? Why don't you guys want to talk to me? I mean, what's going on? Why does anyone want to talk to me? I mean, like, hello. Like, I'm standing here. Like, why don't you want to tell me your game? I'm here and you don't want to tell me your game. I mean, why don't you just forget about it? Just forget about it if you don't want to tell me your game. I'm just standing here. I'm like, this one looks like a fucking ghost. You're fucking over there saying names. And I'm like, what does anybody want to tell me what's going on in here? I'm your resident little rat floater. If you guys don't tell me what's going on when I am rat floating, how do I successfully rat float from room to room doing a little Broadway shuffle while I go? If you're not going to confide in me, I can't help you. Okay? So I'm going to need you guys to confide in me, your rat floater. Okay? Rat floater information coming to me now. Okay, go ahead, Nick.
You come in the boat room, and I don't remember who pulled who in here, but you said to me, I was trying to get her to Polly and Sis because, and I said, and at that point I knew that it got back to Holly, but I couldn't tell you that. So I said, aren't you afraid that it's going to get back to Holly? Again, that's me like trying to tell you, but without telling you. Aren't you afraid it's going to get back to Holly?
I don't remember ever saying Sis's name.
Yeah.
I did?
You said Holly and like Sis or something.
Why
Like
would I
Sis
ever say
wasn't like
Sis?
the target, but it was like Holly and like Sis, or like you like it was Sis was soft. It wasn't like.
Tommy, what's your
And
point?
you were like, I said, aren't you afraid it's gonna get back to Holly? And you said, no, we have to play a proactive game as long as we're not the
I
targets.
think I was trying to play too hard.
Yes, that's all it is.
I was just
And
trying to
then
protect us instead
I know
of...
that. I know that.
It wasn't like anything against him.
I
I really
know
don't remember.
that.
I remember saying Holly's
But
name.
it already got back to her, and I said, Nick, I
All right,
said,
he's trying
Anthony,
to do
I think you're
damage
playing too
control to
hard.
save Nick.
Yeah.
And you just didn't want to hear it. And that's
Yeah.
like, and I'm like, that's like the one thing that you have to be better, I think, in this game.
Well,
is
I don't
like
think I've done that
reading
since,
between
though.
the lines. No, but it happened again when the four of us tried to come to you. So like, that's like the second time that I was trying to tell you something that I can't do anything more than that.
I really don't remember ever saying Sis's name.
You could do more than that, Tommy. You could just tell him exactly what you're thinking and tell him not to repeat it instead of hinting at it, giving him little nuggets of information, and then later on, after he's blindsided, tell him I was trying to tell you the truth. Because now you've told him anyway, so you should have just told him then. I don't get it. Tommy makes me tired. Me too. He loves Nick slim pickings. I know he loves Nick. The other night he was like, Nick's gonna be at my wedding. I'm just letting you all know right now. Nick's gonna be at my wedding. One day I'm gonna get married. That guy's gonna be one of my groomsmen. One day when I get married, he's gonna be a groomsman. I'm gonna have him. I'm gonna have Frankie Grande. I'm gonna have him and Frankie Grande. They're gonna be my groomsmen at my wedding. One day, my big beautiful wedding. And by the way, somebody tweeted me yesterday and said, is Kathy Wakili Tommy's aunt? Is that anybody in the chat right now? Cause why are we making that jump? Like it was just like, oh, it was a rumor on Twitter, Michelle G? You saw it on Twitter too. Okay, I did not see that on Twitter, other than the fact that somebody, messaged it to me, but... I mean, we're not saying she's the aunt that was dating Christy for 9 years, because obviously we know she's with that other guy and they have the kids, and Teresa would have been all over that. I love Goodfellas, so I notice. Yeah. I mean, right now, here's what we need to happen. Here is what right, Rosie was the lesbian, though. Good point. Oh! And then Kathy Wakili's sister could have been Rosie, who was the lesbian, so that could have been who Christy dated. I could see Christy being with someone like a Rosie, so that's interesting. Anyway, that was Real Housewives of New Jersey, sidebar, hashtag Big Brother related for those of you that weren't following. Hashtag scenarios. Tommy didn't say Lorraine Bracco from the Sopranos was his cousin. He didn't. And Rosie didn't date a blonde. Yeah, good point. All right, so anyway, we'll see when Tommy gets out what it is. He did. I think she meant to say Tommy did say Lorraine Bracco from The Sopranos was his cousin. Good for him. Yay! Good for you, Tommy. Don't care. Twitter says crazy shit all the time. I know. Apparently, now, after the Ica show, you guys let me know now that the Nick being fired from his job thing is no longer true. That apparently the company that said they fired Nick is not a company that Nick has ever worked for. So, oh my lord, I cannot keep up with all of these false stories on your Twitters. Nick gave up his clients going into a house. Do you not research? Yes, Courtney. Well, I am hosting this show and somebody comments in chat, I like to pause the show, make everybody wait, and then I go research it all. Yes, that is what we do on live shows. Or I just like to find out in between the shows and then correct it like I'm doing now. Nick lied on his resume. Lied about what? Lied about where he worked. Oh, so you're saying he lied saying he worked for that place, so then that place said he doesn't work here. And he never worked there. So it was more like he lied. Is that what we're saying? Still think they have scabies and not crabs. Okay, got it. Yes, Sparkly Eye. A good hot debate is scabies versus crabs. I think that could be a good way to end. I really thought we were gonna make it. To the end with the feeds coming back, but turns out, not so much. Sweet Mary Jesus. Why? Why did I type it into Google? Why did I type that into Google? Why did I do that to myself? I need bleach for my eyes now. Somehow I just got scabies picture results all over my screen. Hope my hubs doesn't look at my Google search history. Oh, sweet jeez. I was gonna pull it up. I'm not even gonna. Nope. No. Nope. Okay, let's get off that page. But as long as I'm here, what does crabs look like? Ah, crabs versus scabies. Okay, this picture I can actually show you. Oh, no. Alright, they kind of look like crabs. Alright, look away if you don't want to see what a crab of having crabs looks like on skin. Looks like a little crab. Sebastian. Hey, buddy. Under the sea, under the sea. Do not look up scabies, though. Do yourself a favor. Don't look up scabies, crabs versus scabies. Don't look up that whole entire scenario with photos. I highly recommend against it. But just to clear it up in the interest of science, because if there is nothing that we are not on this show, we are here to provide accuracies and truths. So let's get it correct. Per the internet, crabs, or pubic lice and scabies, crabs are the tiny lice that live in the pubic hair or other coarse body hair. But scabies are the tiny mites that burrow under the skin of the hands or genital area to lay eggs. I'm going to throw up. Both types of parasitic insects can be easily spread to another person. Okay, get it off my screen. Oh. God in heaven. Throw holy water on your phone. The power of Christ compels you. Our town, we need a prayer. Our town, you're in church, pray for us. Pray for us. Is that what they have? Yes. So for those of you that don't know, Holly and Kat claim that they have crabs. They are on steroids for it. But Sparkly Eye thinks maybe it's scabies. The more you know. Can they not have a medication? They're on medication. They are on medication for it as we speak. Kat said scabies and she said crabs. Great. Well, we'll never know. Does it really matter? Either way, she has an itchy parasite living on her vagina. They both do. Known as Jackson. That was my... I don't have sound effects. We don't really edit this show. I could have put my ba-dum-bum in there, so whatever. Okay. We are going so over and long on this show. Let me ask you first, quickly, chat. Do you all have any questions? Is there anything that you're confused on? Is there anything that you want me to address or talk about? I feel like we are totally up to the moment of right before we find out POV results at this moment. I can't believe they actually admitted it, said Texas Alley. Melanie says it's head lice and it's contagious. Golden Hermit, you need a sound effects board so you can just push a button. I wish. The reason I was so delayed getting the Ica show up last night is something happened to my computer and nothing worked for like hours. It is a nightmare. And it's working now and I don't know why. It just started working again. I'm afraid to install anything extra on this computer and mess anything up. So they got crabs from Jackson, says these nuts. Yeah, shouldn't you know? You're nuts. You should know where your crabs come from if they're on your nuts. So yes, allegedly from Jackson. So the diamond power of veto is still sort of confused. Oh, so this diamond power of veto, I'm still sort of confused. What are you confused about? It's the diamond power of veto, but it has to be activated. Meaning Christy did not win an actual diamond power of veto. What Christy won was the ability to turn the regular veto for that week into the diamond power of veto. So she doesn't have one that she can use anytime she wants. If someone has a veto that week, before they use it, Christy can go bibbity bobbity boop, diamond power of veto, and then that person now has the diamond power of veto. Think of her as like a fairy godmother, not Cinderella. You get it? What's the worst case if Krusty uses her power? Nick or Bella go home? They would see the crabs moving if that's what they had. Good point. How is Jackson doing on slop? Just lots of complaining, be a hoot. He is complaining non-stop about it. I couldn't sleep. My neck hurts. I'm hungry. There's not enough food. Why do we have soy slop? There's nobody that's soy or gluten-free. We don't need soy or gluten-free slop. We just need extra slop, and I want food, and my neck hurts, Daddy. Shut up. I thought they're checked for STDs before the show. Well, didn't we all? She is so dumb to use this power. I agree. I Googled what the power was and thought she could do all of that. I'm not sure what you mean. Jack's power was kind of dumb, correct. But if she wins POV, right, if she's the winner of the POV, then she can use her ability to turn a POV into the diamond power of veto, sure, on herself, because she's the winner of it. Easiest explanation. If activated, the veto holder replaces the removed nominee. That is, forget about all the other ways that you're hearing about it. All you need to know is if Christy says, I want to use my power, whoever is holding the veto gets to name the replacement. They go off the block, and they get to pick who goes in their place. That's the easiest way to explain it. Thank you. Dee Dee, winner of the Big Brother HOH robe from Ica's show, and it's already been ordered, and I think I have your tracking number, but I will let you know in a little bit. I said it said anonymous, but she told everyone. Correct. I agree with that too. Would be great if Christy uses her power and the veto holder nominated her. Yep, that's what I said. Are the feeds back? They are not back yet. She should just save it. I agree. I think it is absolutely stupid of Christy to use this. I mean, look, it's not 100% stupid. She is trying to keep the numbers on her side of the house. So sure, it's a gamble. It all comes down to, is Christy a gambler? Is it worth it to her to literally solidify that her side of the house will have the numbers from here on out? But are they gonna be loyal to her? So if they are gonna be loyal to her, this would be a great move for Christy to keep the numbers on her side of the house. Again, we're acting as if somebody that's going to use the POV has won it. If Cliff wins the POV, he's probably not using it. So if Cliff wins, not using it, Kat probably won't use it, Sam probably won't use it. Christy has numbers everywhere. She would be stupid wasting it. I think that's an opinion. Last night, Christy told Tommy and Jess she wasn't sure if she'd use it. Yeah, we went over that earlier. Well, she started out by saying she wasn't sure. She ended by saying 100% she would use it before she went to bed. So I don't know if she's changed her mind again this morning. We'll basically, yes, we all have to cross our fingers that Cliff or Sam win the veto. Kat's kind of a wild card. So we're hoping for a Cliff or Sam POV win. So if the POV is not used, correct, Jack or Jackson go home. If the POV does not get used now, Jack or Jackson are going home. So that is what we want. Thanks, I'm so grateful. I don't really trust Sam that much either. But here is what I need to do. I need to end this, because I don't want it to be like an hour and a half show for people who just are trying to get the updates. Let me wrap up the show, and I'll keep talking to you guys for a few minutes more. So just let me end the show. I'm not going anywhere. We can still hang out here in TV Co. and chat. I just want to remind everybody of 5 quick things, and it's this. If you guys want to know who won the POV and you're watching this, head over to yourrealityrecaps.com/bb21, scroll down the page, click that spoiler graphic, and it will pop it up in real time and let you guys know who the POV winner was by the time, hopefully, you guys are watching this show back. Unless the feeds don't come back to midnight, then gosh, that sucks. Of course, you can check out all of our other content over there at yourrealityrecaps.com/bb21. If you don't have the feeds, consider getting them from us or becoming an updater at yourrealityrecaps.com/updaters to update for us. You could have watched us doing this show in the future over at TV Co, yourrealityrecaps.com/TV Co, to hang out in chat while we are live. So make sure you do that. Follow us over there and on YouNow. We are still doing shows live daily on YouNow and TV Co, both places. So make sure you check us out there. And of course, if you want to help support our shows, consider becoming a patron at yourrealityrecaps.com/patron for access to the patron-only Facebook group, prize giveaways, weekly shows, the exit interviews with the after shows with the house guests after their exit interviews. Or you could always do a one-time donation at yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal, or start your Amazon shopping using our link, yourrealityrecaps.com/Amazon. And as always, thumbs up and subscribe on YouTube. Leave comments below. Let me know what you guys all think in the comments below on YouTube or on our website. 5-star rating and a nice review on iTunes, and share our stuff on social media. I can't express how much you guys just sharing, liking, retweeting our stuff, telling your friends about shows or other Big Brother groups about them really helps us so much. I will see you guys all back here tomorrow when we have the results of the POV and all of the POV comp and all of the drama that I'm sure will come after it. I'll see you guys all then. Bye for now, everybody. Bye.